Bismillah Rahman Rahim, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second workshop in the series of workshops that we are having at this time, Empowering Educators, Practical Applications of Generative AI in Education. It is being delivered by Dr. AYESHA Sultan and Mr. JAVED IQBAL from the Virtual University of Pakistan. Before I hand over to them, I would like you to have a look at the vision statement of PISTAR and also the mission statement of PISTAR. My name is Saliha. I'm a professor of statistics at Connect College for Women, Lahore in Pakistan, which is like my second home. And also for the past 3 years, I'm rendering honorary services as executive director of PISTAR. The focal person of the PISTAR workshop series is Dr. Syed Wasim Abbas, who is also rendering honorary services as General Secretary of PISTAR. He is also the director of the Pakistan Bureau of Statistics. And as you can see, this is a very, very important organization and a very important position. The plan for today is this brief introduction that we've already had, and then I will immediately hand over to Dr. AYESHA Sultan and Mr. Javed Iqbal. Previously, I thought that we would have Q&A at the end, but as we noticed last time, the Q&A should happen in the middle only. I think both of them will agree that as soon as anybody has any question, they can even interrupt and put their question. Is that correct, Dr. AYESHA? Do you agree with that?
Yes, it is fine.
That if anybody has any question, they can interrupt and we can ask you that question in the middle of, well, I hope you're happy with it. Otherwise, we can hold them till the end. Then we will have a 10-minute break at 3:55 p.m. Pakistan time for the Asr prayer. And then at 4:05, we resume the workshop. And then at 5:10, we would like to have feedback from participants. I would like you to say what you thought was good and what you thought can be improved for the final one, which is not next week. It is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. For some very, very important reason, this time we are having it tomorrow. All right, then we will have the vote of thanks, which will be presented this time today by Dr. Syed Wasim Abbas, who is the General Secretary of PISTAR. I will certainly want to once again talk about the third PISTAR Global Statistics Conference, which will be happening in February 2025. Then we have a group photograph, and then we have the closing. So the topic for today is empowering educators, practical applications of generative AI in education. Over to you, Dr. AYESHA Sultan and Mr. Javed Iqbal. I'm stopping the sharing of my screen.
Okay, thank you. I just share my slides. So my screen is shared now.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. The topic of this workshop, as Dr. Saliha Nagmi has already mentioned, is empowering educators with practical application of generative AI in education. So today we will unlock the power of AI through prompt engineering. And before starting this session, let's have a review about the first session. And in the first session, we learned about AI. We defined the AI, how it is work, and we also know when AI was introduced. One first wave of AI came to introduce. That was in 1950 to 1950 60, when logic theories were introduced for the simple puzzle sort of problem for solving the problems. And the second expert system was introduced, and the third boom was 2000, when neural network and big data was introduced. And fourth one was the deep learning, which came to introduce in 2010. And after that, we see the birth of generative AI on November 2022. And after that, a lot of versions of generative AI has been introduced till now. And we also did some practical work in the last session for the different purposes. So what the prompt engineering is? Prompt engineering is the process of crafting inputs, which is also known as prompts, which is also called a prompts, purposely to communicate effective with AI system. And the goal is to get accurate, relevant, and useful outputs from AI models. And the key points are: it is about asking the right question or giving a clear instructions. And prompt can be include and like questions, scenarios, instruction, or specific context. And as much your prompt will be clear, as much it will be most relevant, that much you will obtain the relevant output from the AI, generative AI. So what is the mechanism of prompt engineering? When you are going to write a prompt, when you are going to give a prompt to the chat GPT, first of all, you have to assign a role to AI. Suppose you are an educator and you want to ask any question, any query to the generative AI, then you have to assign a role to the like a professor. You can say you are a professor. If you are want to ask something medical related, you have to assign a role to the AI. You are a doctor. Similarly, in which scenario you are asking the question, first of all, you have to assign that role to the AI, to the generative AI. Second, you have to provide the context, in which context you are asking the question. Third, articulate your goals. You have to mention your goal. What is your main purpose for this prompt? Set the condition. If you have any conditions, if you have any limitation, then you have to set that also in the prompt. And specify the answer format. Also mention in which format you are asking for the solution. Either you want the answer in a paragraph, either you want the output in a tabulated form, either you want the output in a graphical way. So you have to specify the format in which you want the answer. So be ethical during using the prompt engineering. Means you do not ask a fake question like you ask to the generative AI, please create fake reviews about my product. So don't be unethical. Consider the emotions. If you're asking, if you're doing prompt engineering about such topic where emotions are involved, so then you have to tell the in the prompt engineering, like you are, if you want something about motivational speaker, if you are a motivational speaker and you want to some material relevant to this field, then you have to tell about your role. Be considerate of your target audience. You also tell the AI about which audience you are asking this question. You are putting your query, you are generating your prompt. Like this prompt is about the student, this prompt is about the teachers, this prompt is about the doctors, engineers. So you have to tell the AI what is your audience is. And things to keep in mind when using generative AI safely for education is, indeed, AI generate a lot of information, but it is your responsibility that you do cross check. Sometimes what happens when you ask for some output to the generative AI, you may have some false answer. Like if you are asked to the generative way create some MCQs with 4 options and also provide a key, But what might happen if there are four options A, B, C, D? It is possible if A is correct option, so it may mention the wrong option. It is also possible, but it is your duty that once you have a lot of information in a short time, to then do cross check either it is accurate. Also, do not enter personal and confidential information, as once it is part of the AI. If you enter any information, that will be the part of the AI. So avoid using in a way that could violate copyright laws. So don't violate the copyright laws. So in which these are the example of AI education, how AI can assist us. AI assists us in a lot of, in a wide range of in a huge dimensions. AI can assist us. It can assist with essay writing, assist with grammar correction, spotting scientific problem solving, spotting the quest for history, deepen your understanding of statistics, whatever you subject have, statistics, mathematics, physics, law, whatever your subject is, you go into in deeper level to understand the concept. You don't leave the AI until your concept is clear. So boost it can help to boost your vocabulary. It can assist in reading comprehension, encourage creative expression, exploring social issue, encourage critical thinking, and many more. These are the few examples of AI. So what are these are the classification table of prompts by function. What are the functions of prompt? Then if you can use the prompt for the clarification, that is clarification of the basic concept, such as you can ask the definition, basic definition. What does this term mean? Please tell me the meaning of this part more deeply. You can use elucidation that helps to uncover the facts. For example, like these questions are like explain in detail the background and what are the three reasons why you think this is important. So you can use prompt for the evaluation that helps to determine the value of a single point of view or argument, and you can use the prompt like this: explain your position about any particular issue and why this happened. Also, please tell us about the advantages and disadvantages of this way of thinking. You can use prompt for the suggestion, for the sport, for the explanation, for the addition, for the creation, for the transformation, for the extraction, for the comparison, such as what is the difference between oxidation and reduction, make a brief comparison. For the impressions, where emotions are involved, but it is difficult to use AI because these are the subjective nature. So you can use the prompt, you can use AI for the criticism, like you can ask, name the three different perspective on a particular issue and explain your argument from each perspective. You can use correction for the correction, for the improvement, for the reference, like summarize the main context and key points of this sentence. For the reflection, for the prediction, for example, what would the outcome be if a certain hypothesis or condition we applied. You can use for association, for the establishment, and many more. So today we will do some hands-on practice using the prompt engineering. So let's start. Uh, Suppose you want to develop a course content of any subject. Um, when a new semester is going to start, so then you have to allot a number of courses to for the teaching purpose, and then you have to prepare the content. You can take help from the chat GPT for the content development, like so let's create a prompt here. First of all, as I already explained, first of all, when you are going to create prompt, you have to assign a role. We want to create course content for a certain subject. Suppose we want to create course contents for correlation and regression analysis. You have to assign a role. Hello, Chat GPT. You are a a university or college. You are a college professor. Please develop a course contents for me. Just we just use only this single line. Say, let's see what it recommends. Sure, there is the answer. Sure, I would be happy to help with that. Could you, if your prompt is incomplete to that, it will tell you what further you want to do. Could you tell me in which subject or field course you are required the course contents? So here you will see when you create a prompt and you want to edit that prompt, there will be appear a pencil. You just click over here and you will edit the prompt. Now further we put the information about which subject and in which format you are required the course contents. Like first we have, you are a college professor, please develop a course content for me uh, according to the following requirements. So here with hashtag we will mention the requirement. This is just for the labeling. We are using the hashtag requirements. What would be the requirements? Course contents should be undergraduate level, right? And what would be the second requirement? Mm, acha. And further, here will be used course. When we will run it, then we will come to know what further more changes we can do in it. So here we will mention the course contents. Course contents. For which subjects we are required the course contents? They are correlation and regression analysis. Okay, let's see what the result come. We further modify this prompt if you are not received up to your requirement. So,
Dr. Aisha,
and
this is very interesting. I want to ask you how did it give the code? I mean, how did it know that it was
no,
stat?
I have not given the code. You can give the code as well. It has created as its own. Like this is
That's
the
what I'm
201.
saying.
It
That
means it can be in elementary, like you can offer in the second semester. It also show the complexity of that course. It is some sort of basic course, so it can offer in the second or third semester. No?
right,
So in a course, when you develop a course, you are required all this information without mentioning it has created all the information. We have just asked to the AI for just creating course content, and it already he knows the protocols, what should be the further to add for the course content. So here is the course description. Learning outcomes is also required for the course content without mentioning it has been created. So Here are modules. Modules also has mentioned. So there are only 5 modules. So which assessment method can be used to assess for this course? It is also has been mentioned, and you can add it as well according to your requirements. Textbooks is also has been mentioned. Additional resources is also has been mentioned. And further, suppose I want to this course contents. Uh, this is your prompt that is going to prepare, right? So I further make some changes. I want this course content for the 12 weeks because in a semester we have 16 weeks, and 1 week goes into the examination, right? We have now 12 weeks, and I want to distribute this course into 12 weeks so that I can learn in which week which course content I should cover. So I asked to the AI, uh, uh, distribute or split this course contents into 12 weeks. Let's see what happens. So, so
Again,
uh,
this is very interesting. I mean, it has given us the introduction to statistics, probability, etc. It did not expand that same correlation thing into 12 weeks.
We can do that also. If you want to certain contents, it can also embed in this. I mean, we have just given the title here, but if you want to give the course content, like most of us follow the HEC course content, you can also use that content, and it will split that contents. For example, I want to take HEC, that is Higher Education Commission of Pakistan, or you want to take the course content from some other universities all around the world, you can put that course content and it will be distributed into 12 weeks as well. Suppose um,
Okay,
this is HEC document. Here is the course regression analysis. I take these contents from HEC. I want to teach these content at the BS level. I just copy and pasting here. Okay, just add it. Because in this prompt he that AI has free hand. It can edit many topics that are relevant to this subject, right? But when we specify to the AI, then it will create that content and it will subdivide it of those content only. So we put those
okay,
contents here and just play it. At the start
right,
it tells you what is he is going to it is going to do, right? You are
right,
asking for
right.
the 12-week course outline for the an undergraduate level statistics course. At the start it tells you what you want to do, what I am going to do. Week 1, this is week 2, least square, maximal likelihood estimation, hypothesis testing, confidence interval, multicollinearity, analysis of residues, detecting and managing outlier. And these are all content which was given in the HEC document. In this way, what happens when we going to teach any subject when our semester starts? So but when we have not proper planning, so what happens sometimes all the content end before the 12 weeks, or sometimes it extends the 12 weeks. So in this way you can restrict yourself in which week you have to complete which course content should be covered in that week. So this is the very good way to deliver the lecture. I think everyone, if we are the teachers, we should follow this schedule for teaching purpose. So we came to know in which week which course content should be covered and how much should be covered. Further, if you don't know, this is the introduction to simple linear regression. If you don't know what should be come into the simple linear regression and what should I teach in introduction to simple linear regression, you further add some instructions, put the requirements in this prompt. Pause. Uh, Split each course contents into sub topics. Actually, these are the subtopics. You can further explain these topics. Okay. Also provide exercise for each topic. Also provide 5 MCQs for each topic. So let's see what happens. So this is exercise. These are MCQs about this topic. You may also say build MCQs for each subtopics. So whatever you give the prompt, their text will be generated.
Dr. Aisha, in this MCQs, there are no, I mean, like
Okay,
five
okay. Please,
options or three.
5. No? Let me
I
check.
mean, for the MCQ,
5.
multiple
Okay, I
choice
have not
question.
clear. I have not actually. I have not given the clear instruction. Okay, make it rephrase. Okay. Also provide 5 MCQs for each topic such that each has 4 alternative and among of them is these is only one correct. Further, also provide a key of MCQs. Let's see. It is fine, Dr. Nagmi?
Yes, yes, now it's fine.
So it's up to you what you want. You just added the prompt. Okay, once you prepare this prompt, it is very easy to design a course. You can deliver to all your faculty members. This is a prompt. Now, following this prompt, prepare uh, all courses. So, in what happened by this using this prompt, we have same template. You have not make a lot of changes, like everyone follow when this template, you will receive the course content from every faculty member in the same template. what the other faculty members have to do. Suppose this course content is generated by a faculty member. This is correlation and regression analysis, and the B faculty member has to generate the course content about. Um, we see that this document.
Dr. Aisha,
What the course?
Dr. Aisha, I think we need
Yes,
to put some
yes, yes.
some other subject like
Okay, this is the okay. This is what is what that is what I am going to do. This is a design experimental design experiments one, right? So all the prompt will be remain same. Only in the place of course content, we will just put that course content. We have not again have to write the all steps again. Let's see.
yes, that's right. So even if it is some other subject like Urdu, Persian, it,
Exactly. Yes.
Mhm.
Where is the? I think. Um, where is edit button? Sometimes due to net connectivity, when lost, the buttons that will disappear. Okay, no problem at all. We just copy this prompt. We go to the chat GPT. We again start a chat and put this prompt again. So it will generate again. So this edit button appears. What we will do now? Here we never need to change any requirement at all. We just have made changes over here, just course contents, right? This is right. It is also generating. That is why this prompt is this. Once you complete, if you want to stop in the you just stop, click here, okay, and you can launch different programs in a very easy way. So here is sorry, ये तो this is regression. I have not changed. Let me check. Um, okay, it has not changed yet. Control V. This is so I have not proper copy from that document. Control Z. Control V. Okay. So this is experiment desired course contents. Okay. Play it. So this title automatically A has chosen. We have not recommended according to the contents. So this is a breakdown of the course content. See, so it is very easy. Once your prompt is ready, you just change the course content and you can create all your course.
right.
Also, you may also ask um, uh, provide textbooks.
Miss Miss Aisha, I have a question.
Yes, yes.
If I can ask it at the moment, Dr. Nagmi?
Yes,
Oh, yes,
okay.
you can do.
Okay. Ms. Aisha, I have a question. Actually, you see, where once we are, making up, we are taking you help of from the, chat GPT to develop these kind of course outlines, which is wonderful to work with. But how can we address the issues relating to the copyrights and how we can claim and how we can, you see, we are just making use of chat GPT. So how we can claim that this is our own sole property, and where we should mention that we took help from the generative AI in order to avoid any sort of plagiarism.
No, you have to mention if you take content from some university, from any institution, you just have to mention this content is taken from. You have to given the reference of that organization.
Okay.
And we also have to mention that we have used chat GPT.
Actually, core thing is about course content and where from you have taken. But we are using the chat GPT for formatted and for the to expand sort of things now, like but core thing is taken from which institution you have to mention. But chat we are using the chat GPT for to polish that content according to our requirements.
Okay. Next
Okay, provide.
topic, right?
So next, similarly, we can ask provide the textbooks and reference books. If you want textbooks also, and
Right.
another thing, if you want all this information in a tabulated form, so ask to the GPT, create a table, search way, first column shows weeks, index, second column shows topics, and third column shows subtopics. So it's up to you in which format you want to the solution, right?
Right.
Okay, come to the next slide. So here, develop and create reference that already has, I told you, and okay, it's too much. And creating assignment, that is also, you can also give the command, you also give the prompt about create assignment related to your content and produce attractive title for an educational. Okay, suppose you are going to conduct a learning activity in your institution and you want to give a very attractive title to that activity. You also can take help from chat GPT. Suppose this is a prompt. You are an excellent educator and creator. Please suggest a title for your learning activity based on the following constraints or requirement. Both can be used. Give it. These are the constraint or the requirement which is required. Give it an attractive title. Add a subtitle to the title to make it easier to understand, and it should be 10 proposal, like create 10 titles for this activity so that I can choose which I like the most best. So learning activity is efforts to design trash cans to eliminate littering on campus. So just I will ask to the participant, just copy this prompt and paste on ChatGPT. Like we create new chat so that it cannot take previous chat at all. So it is creating 10 titles with subtitles to performing a activity in a campus. So you can choose the best title which you like the best.
Well, this is very interesting. Mm.
Okay.
But
I
you know what?
have a
You
question
know
to
what
ask.
okay,
Yes.
please go ahead. Yes.
Actually, every language, this seems like we are giving information in form of a language, the way we do in case of other languages like R, C, or Python language. So I
Yes.
just am curious to know that whenever you wanted to ask, for example, regarding the constraints, so you have mentioned hashtag constraints, so that means it is the kind of buzzword we would have to write in order to define the conditions. So can I replace this word with the conditions rather than the constraints? So how would I
Yes,
be
you can.
knowing that what are
Okay.
the
Like,
language
okay.
constructs for that?
Uh, you can use, but if you use it, it can pick you are what is your demand. If you write a wrong spelling, then it will pick as well. Suppose
Okay, thanks. That
it
means
can
I can
guess
replace
AI.
things for the
Exactly.
conditions as
AI.
well, right?
Suppose we just added it requirement. You can also use here requirement like
Okay.
these are
Thank
the
you so much.
required.
Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Aisha and Dr. Nagmi.
That
I
is
also have a
Walaikum
question.
Assalam.
May
Yes,
I ask, please?
yes, you can ask.
Yes, please.
I am curious
Actually,
about
Dr.
the
Nagmi,
best
uh,
approach. I hope I am
sorry.
audible. I'm actually curious
Yes,
about
yes.
the best approach when interacting with AI. So, should we frame our question as we are role playing, for example, saying you are an excellent educator or you are a professor of college, or is it more effective to state our role directly, such as I'm a college professor? Which method do you think best responses and why?
Yes, when I was introducing the template, I mean, what should be the main roles, how to write a prompt, then there was first thing I have mentioned. You have to, when you will mention the role of AI, you will obtain the most relevant data. Like, for example, if you
Mm-hmm.
just randomly ask to the AI, define experiment, right? But experiment for the statistician, the definition of an experiment for the statistician is different, and an experiment for the definition of an experiment for a physics teacher is different. So once you assign the typical role of to the AI, like you are statistics professor, then it will provide you the information in that context. So as
Oh,
much our prompt will be aligned, it will be the most relevant, most elaborated, that
mm-hmm.
much you will obtain the good result and output.
Thank you for confirming. I have a few questions lined up and I'm excited to learn more. Thank you.
Okay, so you are welcome.
Uh,
Okay,
and
Doctor.
Dr. Aisha, I want to say here, I think
Yes.
she had one part of her, what she was saying was telling
Okay.
with what I was thinking. Like you said that you are an excellent educator or whatever. Like,
Hmm.
you are first pampering, you're making it happy, and then, so why don't I say that I am a professor? And that's what Maham also said just now. If you type,
Hmm.
I am a professor and I want you to do this for me, then what is the problem?
Let's do try. Actually, we are taking the material from that from the
Can
teacher.
I add?
That actually AI is a teacher of us. That is why we assign the role.
I
Yes,
think Mr.
Doctor.
Javed also wants to
All
give his
right.
input.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You can mention the two type of role. One could be for the AI machine, like assume yourself as a chef, as a teacher, as a professor, and in a second role, you can mention the role of the receiver, like I am a student, I am a teacher, I am a professor, I am a
Hmm.
housewife. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to
Solve
act
this
as
problem.
a psychologist. Okay, in both ways you can mention if needed the both role, the role for the AI and the role for the receiving end.
Users. Hmm.
And we will get
Right,
the
Maham?
same,
Yes,
we
yes.
will get
Thank
the,
you so much. Thank you.
okay, thank you,
Okay,
Maham.
welcome.
So what I'm saying is that, Mr. Javed, are you saying that it will be like we get more or less the same reply, right?
Hmm.
No, it will be fine tuned if you mention the more clarity in the role of the both.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll let you go on, Dr. Aisha. Thank you.
Okay. And suppose you are going to do publicity of your department or of your event. You want to a best description for that event. You also can take help from AI as well. Like you just copy and paste. An event is going to this description you are required the description about best publicity text for the student and parent for your institution. So these are the constraint or requirement. Okay, we replace require right? Writing the contents of the input text. Here, input text, that is what we want. Writing for university students and their parents, they are the audience. Which type of audience should be would be for this event, and adding a headline like give a title as well. So these are just I have given also some key points which also keep in mind when you are creating some text for this publicity text. So it should be included dedicated to excellence in teaching, learning, and research. This impact is also added in the text. Our faculty includes world-renowned scholars and industry leaders, and we offer a wide range of programs to cater to diverse interests. So these points should be addressed in the publicity text. So we will use this prompt, copy will this prompt and paste in the chatbot. So this is text we can use for the publicity of our institution, academic excellence. You'd add university, you can mention the name of your university. We are steadfast in our commitment to excellence across this world-class faculty description here and diverse programs for every aspiration is discussed here. But if you want, just it should be in a paragraph. There should be no heading as such, so you can add it as well. See, here is also a title of this publicity text. You can also create multiple title as we in previous slides have seen. So for this text, AI has given this title, a hub of academic excellence. I asked to the GPT, please make one paragraph of this text. So I do not
I
want
do
the
have a
heading.
question.
So here is
The
one.
way the way you have asked ChatGPT to develop this content for you, so on the basis of the input, can we ask ChatGPT to develop a, for example, admission campaign flyer or something like that?
Yes,
Can we
yes.
instruct it to do?
Bilkul, yes, you can take help. It is very
Okay,
much
okay,
helpful
okay,
for
okay.
you.
Thank you.
You just have to your idea to the ChatGPT and ask to the ChatGPT expand this idea, give a text to expand this idea. You can
We
create
have
very
Dr.
excellent.
Haritini. Dr. Haritini has raised her hand. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Yes, so I'm asking ChatGPT to give me this, and it's giving me this nice flyer if you want. How do I know that this is not exactly the same that another university has used? I mean, maybe I will use this, but this was the same that another university has used, and it will create problem of, copyrights. So this might be exactly the same that another university has used, because we see that it's giving their the university name, that we will put our own university name, but maybe this was used already by another. It was trained to give this.
But I have basically asking if you create some text, so it may be from some university, so that will be the issue of copyright. That is what you are asking.
Yes, that this might be exactly the same that was used by another university already.
So you just, I think it happens very rarely that same context get copy from that. It always, if it take from the database, what the database of AI use, it never gives you the information as it is. Like it will always rephrase the. You obtain the output in a rephrasing form. It will not provide you as it is information. But
Okay.
you can, if you have any doubt, you can rephrase it. You just ask to the chat GPT. If you take from some university, if you like any text, any content from some other university, any other institutions, you just ask to the chat GPT to rephrase it. Even you can, there are also other ways you can make it zero plagiarism.
So the
Okay.
advice is basically that we don't use it exactly as it is, but maybe rephrase it to be sure that we are not copying something that
Yes,
another. Okay,
yes,
thank you.
yes.
And we have Dr. Raza. Dr. Raza, please go ahead.
Yeah, in connection to that question, what if 10 of us put the same question and ask ChatGPT? Will all 10 of us get very similar answer? Because, I mean, if 10% variation, maybe it's not enough. But yeah, so I mean, have you experienced like if 10 of us put the same input, the output will be the same or will be varied?
Okay, first of all, tell me how would you know that is same content with the other the university? You will use some plagiarism forum to check the plagiarism.
No, sorry. What I was telling is that now we are, let's say, 20 people, and if we all 20 ask the same question, will we get the same answer as you have here?
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Like for the mathematics questions, you know, do your statistics question. You know, if an answer is 26 for a certain method, the answer would be a 36. Uh, uh, but yes, the way of writing should change. Uh, if you think that is the same with the other your colleagues.
Can
Yeah,
I
I
add
think
something?
we
sorry,
will
the
have to
reason
try
I'm
this.
saying this is that at some point, when I was asking a student to write me an essay about something, I realized that, I use a text minding approach, and I realized that certain words are very common across students. And from that, I realized that, I had no evidence to say that, oh, you have used ChatGPT, for instance, to write this essay. But then I put myself over there and then I try to do like a text mining to see, you know, what type of words are more common. And then I did compare with what some of the students written, because I was suspicious, and I realized that there is a very high correlation between what I have, you know,
Yes,
from the chat
we are just
GPT and
facing
what they
to
also receive.
we are facing as we belongs to the e-learning education, we are also facing such problem. But students are not any put effort. Even if once if you have a solution to then rephrase it and write this contact into uh, his way, na? Like students do not put any effort, just they copy and paste, and that cause the plagiarism. So that issue exists.
Thank you.
Is
And Mr. Javed, do you want to give it some input here?
Uh, just a little bit input. I guess we have to divide our task regarding teaching or a daily routine into two separate uh, subgroups. Uh, in what type of group we don't do not need to bother about the plagiarism or something other, like internal documentation, writing a letter or something else. On the other hand, there are many situations like we are doing a typical research in which we have to look for the plagiarism or uh, uh, other things. Uh, Usually the 80% of chat gpt, you can say, you can follow the 20/80 rules. The 80% of the input working of the chat gpt for your routine work is okay. You can rely on it, use on it without any plagiarism. For the other 20%, you have to be careful. You should rephrase the content. You can take help from it, but don't rely on it. It's You can further check its source, its plagiarism, all other things that we do for a typical research point of view. The benefit of chat gpt would be it can give you some new ideas, some gaps, and some follow-up tips. But ultimate, you have to do your final thought and the workout. This is a easy way out to go in these. Further, the like the policies are yet not formed throughout the world. In every country, the tech people, the educators, and other are trying to handle this new phenomena, and will come up with new policies. But at the moment, it's a journey. We are going through it. Some things are good, some things are not very much clear, but ultimate pros and cons are there. Use the pros and limit the cons of the all these things. Thank you.
So
Okay.
this is the
And
issue all around the actually all around the world. Actually, we have to see another assessment tools. I think these are that assessment tool, that assignment and quizzes, which we are using in the conventional way. We have to look some other assessment tool to address this issue.
I also want to say that in the last workshop last week, you mentioned so many different companies. Like I don't even know the names, but I mean, but there were so many that you presented. So now I want to know that Chat GPT is one AI. So then there are
Yes, one
others.
bot,
So
Gemini, and then other tools are also there.
if we put that same content in all these different ones, I suppose we'll get some different results
Yes,
from the
yes,
different. So
yes.
then maybe that problem might be overcome a bit of copy,
But
like.
if there are 10 students in a class, so then 3 will be using the ChatGPT and 3 will be using the Gemini and 3 will be using the other uh, AI forum. But the issue is students are not putting his or their effort. The purpose of learning is mm, fading like so. Assessment, we have to look some other assessment to assess the students. So these assessment tool I think have been mm, uh, expired, especially in the e-learning. We are very much worried about what should we are mm, working on it. What should to do for this problem? Like you assign us, you give us to assignment to a student. The student put that assignment in chat gpt and without reading, right, without reading, just copy and paste and take the print and submit to his or her teacher. Like he didn't know okay, what is in it. The purpose of learning is going to na end. So we have to evaluate some another way how to evaluate students. At the end, student will obtain a degree, but is or he will be able to in the be able to capable to adjust in the industry. So that is a big problem, as there are very much positive things using the chat gpt for those who want to really learn from things from chat. That is very much good for those people, but those just uh, just passing their time, that is very much hard time for them. So that
Okay, thank
issue,
you very
yes.
much. A very
अस्सलाम
pertinent
वालेकुम
remark. Let's
जी
please
मैम आई
proceed
हैव
now.
अ
Can we
यस
proceed now, please? Because there's so much more to be covered, I think.
मैम आई
Okay.
हैव अ क्वेश्चन
Okay,
Yes.
but I was hoping that we could put it at the end. Could you write it, please? Just put it in the chat. And I would like to request Dr. Aisha to please continue.
Okay. Okay. You can enhance your professional profile. Like you can you can enhance your CV using the Chat GPT. For example, this is my old CV, right? I have updated it now with Chat GPT. I don't like many things in this. Like there should be format should be changed. I want to know. And main area should be addressed in a better way. My interest, my research interest, like this is publications are given and conferences, workshops attended. Given, I should there should be some suitable title for this attended and for those which I have delivered. So this is not an attractive as such my CV. So I asked to the Chat GPT update my CV. I will just put simple prompt here. Then I will see what it convert, how it modify my CV. Then according to I can make changes. Update my CV in a professional way. So here is education, professional experience. These are the publications included, additional selected. We can ask to the ChatGPT include all the publication as well. These are my research interest, publication, conferences, and workshop. Uh, I just asked, mention the conferences and workshops separately which I attended and which I delivered. You can replace objective by a profile as well. You can improve, you ask to the ChatGPT, replace the objective by my profile. Like here, it has separated all the workshop I attended. Not all have included, but I can say separated which I have delivered or presented. Similarly, you can in which you want to enhance your which variable you want to enhance, you just chat with the chat GPT and you can modify your CV. Another thing, suppose if you want to download in doc form, ask to the chat GPT download it in doc form. Instead to you just copy and paste on the word, you just ask to the chat GPT download it in doc file. It is taking time for making a hyperlink. So here link has been generated. Just click, it will download the document. So it is downloaded, just open it. So instead you just copy and paste, you just ask to the chat GPT, provide it in doc file, in PDF file and whatever format you are required. See, we have not otherwise we have to bold all the labels and have to given the colors, so on. So this all happened by chat GPT. See the look my this CV and look of this CV. So as much you play with chat GPT, you will learn more and more and more. Further, you also can create a questionnaire using the chat GPT. A big problem solved for the research work. You are a good researcher. Kindly generate questionnaire about the topic according to the given requirements. I asked to the ChatGPT, questions should be MCQs on Likert scale and maximum question should be 15. Topic I have mentioned, exploring gender differences in online shopping preferences. Okay, just copy this prompt. Paste here and see the results. So add the yeah. This questionnaire covers various aspects of online shopping preference such as usability and this and this and this. Continue करते हैं इसको. Okay, we have to change the prompt. It's not picking the in the right way. Okay, you are a good researcher. Kindly generate questionnaire about the topic according to the given required questionnaire. Questions should be MCQs on liquor scales, such as a maximum question should be like this. It should generate why also include personal profile and you are good researcher. It should generate. Okay, just control it. Sorry. Copy with new chat. We enter in a new chat. So this is now fine. Okay. So this is questionnaire. So instead of 1, 2, 3, I asked to the chat GPT. Instead of mentioning the numbers 1, 2, show the scale. Liquor scales. Show the liquor scale. So now you can see the liquor scale. Further, you can create more question and you can also create less question. It's up to you, but it's your requirement. Right. Also explaining the definition of terms. You can also use the ChatGPT for the definitions and terms. Like suppose you are a top-notch informant. Please clarify the definition of a term according to the following constraint or whatever requirements or limitations. Use natural and appropriate English. You may also, for the Urdu, whatever your native language, a lot of languages it understands. Try to explain carefully and easily. Like suppose I want to ask about Bloom taxonomy, like Bloom taxonomy. That is better know the education people from the education department. Those people are they can understand what are the Bloom taxonomy. A taxonomy. So what is this? We also use in our course learning outcomes this taxonomy. So in the Bloom taxonomy, there are 6 levels of Bloom taxonomy: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and creating. So this definition it was introduced in 1950s as well by Benjamin Bloom, right? So any definition which is not clear, you can access to the chat GPT. Now there is no reason you cannot understand any concept. If you have a will, you can learn. Thing is you have to will. Acha ji. Explaining in an easy and understand manners, it is not necessary you if you want to learn anything from very basic level, you have to mention that level. People like you want to learn about our term, how does an LLM work? So you have given the condition, put the condition, should explain like that to people with only elementary school knowledge can understand him. Evenly people those belong to the elementary school that can also understand this LLM work. So this thing is all is about the prompt, how you prepare your prompt. This is all depend on the prompt, how you will prepare, and you will, according to that, you will have the output. So this is so this is the definition. Imagine you have a super smart robot friend who loves to read and has read a lot of books. That is explanation of LLM. That is large language model. Shortly, it is called LLM. And that articles, website, and more. This robot has learned so many from all the reading, and it is become really good helping people with their question, writing stories, even giving advice. That sort of what is an LLM. So this there it gives the examples and here some practice. So next is the what is lateral thinking. So lateral thinking is a way of thinking that answer, like lateral thinking means creative thinking. It is also useful for the creative thinking. Lateral thinking is a way of thinking that answers problems and generate new ideas through thought process. It does not follow traditional step by step of thinking. So, for example, imagine you are trying to open a locked door, but instead of looking for a key, you start thinking of other ways to get inside. You might consider going through a window, picking the lock, or even questioning why you need to go through that door at all. That is lateral thinking. It is about exploring alternatives and challenging assumptions. So we do use the lateral. We can use the Chat GPT for the lateral thinking as well. So this is a prompt. Suppose you are a top-notch creative person. We have assigned the role to the Chat GPT. The following is an overview of the project I am currently considering. Please let us know if you have any idea to add the following project. Put out 10 in bullet points. Ideas should be 10 in bullet points. So this is
Dr. Aisha, while you are typing this, I just want everybody to know that immediately after Dr. Aisha has completed this one, we will have a break and then we'll meet after 10 minutes.
okay. When is break?
Abhi, you can complete this and then we will have the break.
Okay. All right. So this is to launch e-commerce website. These are the 10 ideas to enhance your project. First of all, personalization engine. Implement a feature that personalized product recommendation, that is augmented AR review, allow customer to see how products would like in their own space. Subscription model offers subscription services for products that are regularly need, and loyalty rewards should be given. Mobile optimization should be there for launching a website for e-commerce. Live chat support should be added in your website. Eco-friendly initiatives should be there. User generated content should be there. So these are the 10 ideas are given for launching the e-commerce website. So okay, Dr. Nagmi.
All right.
Break is at 3:55.
It is now 3:56 in my computer. So we
Yes,
can you can be back together at 4:06. Thank you so much,
57.
everybody.
Dr.
We'll
Nagmi, it is
meet.
57 now.
Yes, okay, 4:07.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very
thank you
much.
so much.
If you may
Okay.
please stop sharing your screen, I would like to put my
All
screen
right.
slide.
Fine. Okay, I do. fine?
Yes, thank you. All right, after the break, we are back. So over to Mr. Javed Iqbal.
Okay. Aisha, are you here?
I think in the meanwhile, you can present some, maybe you want to answer some of the questions or something.
Okay, let me check.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, Dr. Aisha is also back here.
Aisha, continue from your
Okay,
slides.
okay. So it is viewable now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in the we have we were on this slide. Uh, what should we to keep in mind points about to launch an e-commerce website? And further, if you want to know teaching the good like good and bad points of the project, that is suppose you about launching the e-commerce, you may ask to the chat GPT um, provide good and bad. Don't worry about the spelling, chat GPT will correct itself. Provide good and bad points for launching the e-commerce website. So you can also know what points should be keep in mind before launching your project. What should be the good points that will you have, and what could be the negative bad points. Like e-commerce may you have broad market access, low operational costs. Of course, you have not have you are not going to have a physical shop. So this cost this is cost efficient project availability and convenience at every 24 and 7 weeks it is available your shop, and personalization opportunity, this is also plus point. Analytic and data, you have ability to track customer interaction and purchasing preferences in real time. And bad point, what are high competition in e-commerce? There is a high competition, technical challenges. Running a e-commerce site requires dealing with website development. There occur a lot of issues. There may occur a lot of issues. Customer service challenges. Providing effective customer service online can be more difficult than in a physical store. Issues like handling returns. If you order something online, so then if you could not find or better, or if there is some issue in that product, that there will be a issue how to return it. While on the physical shop, you go to the outline and return that product. And dependency on internet and technology, all your shops, all your business or totally depend on internet and technology. And if your internet and is down due to some reasons, you have lost you have a great loss. You may have a great loss. And shipping and logistic problems are there for the e-commerce. So these are the bad and good point for the e-commerce. Having chat debate with each other, you can debate. You can assign a role of chat GPT for the debate, in which chat GPT to play the role of the organizer and the participants side for the debate on the following content. Means chat GPT can do a debate by itself. Both of the roles that ChatGPT can play for a organizer, an event, and participant of that event as well. So discussion content is impact of social media on mental health. And we copy this prompt. I can set up mock debate on impact of social media on mental health. Here is how it could unfold with ChatGPT playing both the organizer and participant. Role organizer. This is the role organizer. Welcome everyone to the debate on impact of social media on mental health. So this one role participant sporting determinantal effects. So this is role. This is second participant two opposing the notion, and role participant rebuttal and rebuttal to participants, a role of organizer and closing. So you can use chat gpt for for a debate in which ai can perform both roles of organizer and participants. You can also use the for the brainstorming to solve the problems with ChatGPT. For example, you want to generate innovative ideas on teaching method, technologies, educational policies that can radically change how both children and adults learn over the next century. So in this, these are the requirement emphasis on unique and novel ideas rather than ideas that anyone else can come up with, and quantity over quality. There is no comparison of quality. Many ideas from the various angles should be ideas should be from the different angles. So let's copy this prompt and paste in the interface of Chat GPT. So here, ChatGPT will give you the idea what should be the um, uh, education over the next century, which type of the education should be the next century, not for the next year, but for the next century. So these are the neuro-responsive classroom or learning environment equipped with biometric sensors that adapt in real time to student emotional and cognitive states, customizing the difficulty and presentation style of content to optimizing learning. AI person learning comparison, AI-driven avatars or robots that accompany students throughout, like avatar will be used in the next century instead of the physical teachers. Uh, it is also being used in different universities all around. Uh, so we don't know what would be the future of teachers in the next century. Genetic learning profile using genetic information to create personalized learning programs that align with the innate skill and aptitudes. Dream learning and virtual reality time travel that would be the part of learning in the next century. Cognitive enhancing drugs and crowd teaching platform, global virtual classroom, school that exist entirely in virtual space, allowing students from any geographical location to participate in live interactive sessions with peers from around the world. So, mind mapping interfaces and decentralized education tokens and biological integrative learning and empathy enhanced learning and many more. So these in this way, if you are going to do any project about this, so that you can have a lot of idea by using the chat gpt. So in the next section, some useful prompts for the admin purpose will be used. Okay, how in the for the administrative works ChatGPT can help. So from here, I will request to Dr. Mr. Javed Iqbal kindly carry on from this slide.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Aisha.
Okay, Aisha, close your
Okay.
sharing the screen.
All right. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, let me share my slides just a minute. Okay, my screen is okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Aisha, for your very interesting input and examples of using the chat GPT. I would like to enhance it for further. Before going in some further details, let's see a little bit uh, the working of the LLM or chat GPT behind the scene, how it works. It will definitely enhance our understanding. Then definitely we can make a better prompt and get optimized result for our uh, requirement. So for statistics a point of view, the chat GPT is the background working is all about calculating the probabilities and then aligning it with the output. It is also called the uh, calculator for text. Just like we do the calculation for the numbers in maths, the chat GPT is set calculator for the text. So first we see the how the actual model is trained. We have heard a lot of time that the model is trained on huge data and this. Uh, let's see how this whole process is completed. In the first step, there is a prompt demonstration database, and this part is called the supervised learning. Supervised in a sense that for every data point, there is a person, human person, who label it and mention the machine that this data is what type of data. For example, if there is a image, it the human already classify it that this is a cat and this is a dog and this feature is this. By that human interaction, the system is trained on a labeled data technically. In the next step, model is trained further to improve this working of the model. A reward model is constructed. A reward model is just like that when we give it a prompt, instead of giving a simple one answer, in a trial version it gave let's say four answers: answer 1, answer 2, answer 3, answer 4. Then a human called laborer rank these outputs which are generated from the machine. Once he rank it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the machine learn that it produces four answers, but for human, the answer number fourth is at the top, answer number two at the lower end, then answer three and answer one. This way, this process repeated multiple of times so that the machine learned that the answer he generated, it is generating is how the human are responding about these answers. This way, a reward model is constructed. The first model is supervised learning, then a reward model is constructed to fine tune these outputs, and in the next stage, uh, the supervised model, answer reward model is used again and again to get a very fine tuned answer. So, in a simple way, the step one, two, three, the whole the actual chat GPT model, or in other words, any other LLM model is trained on data. The human interaction is at the step one, where it is used as supervised learning. Then, in the response, you may if you are using ChatGPT, you may have seen sometimes that when you ask him about a question, instead of giving you one answer, it provides you two answers, parallel answers, answer one, answer two, and at the end he also says that which answer do you like the most, and at the end there is a symbol, like thumbs. You click it. Behind the scene, this is actually reinforcement from a human. The system recognize this, and this way it improves their model in further processing. So when we give a prompt, as Aisha told you, it goes mainly in three steps. The first is the actual prompt, then it goes in the encoding, then probabilities are calculated, then these probabilities are used to make the text, and then a refined version is produced. Let's see a little bit more about it. On the left hand side, there is an input prompt from the user, and in the right, the very first step is called technically tokenization. Tokenization mean to simply split the given text into pieces, and usually on average 3 to 4 character word is a typical token. As you can see, in the upper word tag line, so tag is a different token, line is a different token, then off ice cream, and in ice cream, ice is a different token, cream is a different token. So this way, the text is split into tokens, and then these tokens are given some codes, because behind the scene, the machine learn and play with numbers. Then for each token, there is a huge dimensional data set available, in which the probability of each text is mentioned there with their different weights. The first word was dog. The probability that was calculated, then the dog, then the A's, typically for statistics people. This is very easily understandable. The artificial behind the artificial intelligence is basically all about probability and statistics. Okay, and the ultimate, the main, the crux of LLM model is predicting the next word. If we can summarize the whole LLM process, it is that it is its core purpose is to predict the very next word. How it perform? Let's see. The first word is V. Then there are further options: can, are, have, use, and a lot more options. For each word, it already calculated its probability in the database. So for the can in its database, it has probability of 33% or 17 have the probability of have after the V is 2%, and the probability of use after the V is 2%. This is just a very simple example. In next step, so the V, the after the V added can. So now that this step one process becomes the step two. Here the input is V can. Then there are further options: use, work, create, help. These are different words, and each probability is calculated, and from here it can pick we can use. In the next step, started from we, then come to we can. Now we can use. These are the initial three words, and what will be the next word? There is a probability of the, technology, and help. So most probability it can pick the word 19 with a probability. In next step, we can use a. After the there is hundreds and thousands of words, and top few words are here, which are variety, number, combination, range, and in that the variety is at 61%, so it should use it. In the fifth step, we can use a variety of. There was highly probable word was of. In the sixth step, we can use a variety of method, tools, strategies, and techniques, and it picked the word method. So the final sentence was completed. We can use a variety of method, and just for creating this word, this whole process is repeated like multiple of times, and huge database is fetched. Probabilities are calculated in a fraction of a second to just get a simple a few words sentence. Here is my simple question: why does not it predict the same output every time? If this is the mechanism, then we see that if a same prompt is given, or even you give the same prompt, it does not produce 100% same result. Any idea?
Yes, any idea, ladies and gentlemen?
That might be the database on the backend is continuously updating its probabilities. Might
Okay.
be.
Might be. Okay, fine. Anyone else?
Yeah, that looks to be right because a database probably is not fixed. It's a process where there's a population of data, and that population may be changing, updating, or the access or sampling out of that population may be variable. So according to different times, so that could generate different answers.
Okay, fine, fine.
I'm in Javesa. We actually, these are based on the sampling distribution. So obviously, if it is taking a lot of samples from the population, so that might likely to vary in terms of the chances or probability.
Okay, fine. Thank you for the input. Let's see how it is. Because the beauty of chat gpt llm is that it produces the results which are very close to the human conversation style. And in a human conversation usually there is a very variability uh, in our conversation. So to uh, get this, they use a technique called temperature. Uh, how it uses, choose a word with the highest probability always. If the temperature is set, for example, there is a point. If the temperature is set too high, it means that every time he has to pick the word which is highly probable. But in case if we lower that temperature, and we can say he can pick any from the top two, any from the top three, even any from the five, or somewhere from the five and starting from the one. So these changes can be done backend in the system. So on the left side, we are it is picking the second highest. Then we are in with the 2%, 47%. Then it ignores the 41%, picks the 9%. This way it is creating the ultimate output. While on the right side, if temperature is increased temperature a lot, more temperature mean uh, it has to pick not the highest probability, but it can pick the top five, top three, or top two. So this way it can brings the output in a way that look like that it is not generated from a machine, same answer every time, but there is a very much variation and flexibility. Same way, in the prompt, if there is a single word, the addition, deletion, or the shaping of a very little single word in the prompt can hugely impact the output of the chat gpt. So uh, uh, all these things are done in backend with the machine, but knowing it that how the ultimate outcome is produced for us, so that when writing a prompt we should use the word very carefully. With each word there is output might vary very much. So, summing up, there are input. Each input has different weights. Then these weights are combined and biases are calculated. Then this goes to an activation function, and then ultimate and output is produced.
Javed ji, can I ask you,
Yeah,
interrupt
yeah.
you for a while? Yeah, I was thinking that since asking the same question slightly differently, we can generate a different output. Is it worthwhile to repeat these questions to refine your output and avoid plagiarism, and then reconcile one or two outputs, and then that will be a safer option for avoiding any copyrights? What do you think?
Yes, we can ask the model that for this task create three different outputs in three different styles, you can say. Then take those three outputs and analyze it yourself, that which is good and which one you want to use it. This way you can do little bit avoid from the plagiarism or all these things. But for a research paper, typical at it is said that it should be your own work. Yes, you should get help from it, but don't rely on it, and use that input, insert your own thinking, wording, and style, so that it ultimate become your own uh, product.
So how we can use the temperature, because it needs some clarification.
uh, uh, the user do not need to use the temperature. It's the working of the model in the back ending. They use a term called temperature uh, to make the response variation in the responses, and it can be fine tuned at API level. For the user, uh, uh, he or she should use the wording in that prompt with care, so that every word has different output, will produce different output. These are just
Okay.
background technical things. Temperature, as a user, we don't need to use or mention or has any access about the temperature.
Okay, but recently in Excel, Microsoft has introduced some functions. Might be this is due to some add-in, the Chat GPT for Excel AI, because I'm using a business license of Excel, and there is an add-in Chat GPT for Excel AI. So it has some number of functions introduced related to AI. If I type AI dot, then it will ask AI dot ask, AI dot choice, AI dot extract, fill, format, list, table, and translate. So, but interestingly, I saw this first time a few days back, and it is a parameter temperature. So that is why I asked that. I have some function in Excel
Okay, okay.
that
No,
use
no.
it.
Yes, in the updated version, Microsoft has introduced a lot of new functions that are specifically designed for AI.
Okay, okay,
That's yes, they are there. But this the word or the technical term temperature,
okay,
it's for the model, the background working of the model. Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ji. Next, we move to. Okay, ji. Aisha, Dr. Aisha has told you some of the uses of the prompt, creating a good prompt, optimizing it, and getting the desired result. Here I am going to share you with some of the framework for the prompt, so you can just get an idea about these and use them in your own different fields. You might coming from HR or admin or something in a teaching profession in some other subjects. So these frames just build your query using these frames. This will just help out you to don't to not to miss anything and optimize your result. Most of the people don't use these frameworks. They just put a simple query and get answer. That's okay, fine. But when you want some complicated task and want to optimize your prompt, then these frame will be very helpful for you. So let's see one by one. The first framework that you can use or keep in mind and remember it as a RTF. Here the R stand for role, act as a role. Second, the T stands for task, ask it about certain task which you want to perform it. And then don't forget to mention the format. So RTF, in format you tell it what the output should be look like. For example, Facebook ad marketer, uh, this is a role. Design a compelling Facebook ad campaign to promote a new line of fitness apparel for a sports brand. This is the task. And if you don't add the format, then the output may not be as you want it. So for clarity, for your own clarity and for ChatGPT, if you add the format, it will improve your result.
I have a question. In your previous session, you have mentioned that we can use ChatGPT to even take the minutes of the meetings. So, how can we use RTF to, take the minutes of the meeting, and what kind of input we'll give to ChatGPT for that?
Okay. Here I am going to give you a different framework, 4 or 5 framework. The meeting minutes definitely fall in one. You can use that framework to design your meeting minutes. Okay. Any task you take RTF, remember the RTF: role, task, and format. Role, you said you are the note taker of the meeting, secretary of the meeting, secretary meeting of the board of studies. Your task is to craft the meeting minutes of that meeting. And format should be, you can provide a standard format if you have in your organization, like the item number, then the subject, then the discussion part, and the end, the decision. Typically this is a format, but organization to organization, that can be changed. And further in that prompt, put your uh, the discussion of the meeting, like Mr. X pointed out that this, Mr. Y also endorsed this point, whole board was agreed on this. Just like maybe the initial the minutes of the meeting that you have taken, just put them in a simple words and ask it to refine it and formulate it in a standard format. Then definitely it will give you a complete output of the meeting minutes. I guess I have example. Later on I will show you that. Okay ji, another framework you can use is called tag. uh, The first is for task, in which you in the start mention the required task. For the task is to evaluate the performance of team members. Action, act as a director manager and assess the strength and weakness of the team members. This is the action part. Then the goal, the ultimate goal is when evaluating. In the previous we give it the format of the output, but here we are giving the purpose of doing all this activity. The goal is to improve the team performance so that the average user satisfaction scores move from 6 to 6.7.5 in the next quarter. So in your routine, you can also use this framework tag. Remember it, tag, T for task, give action, and then give it a goal or the purpose. In this way, you can definitely optimize your on prompt. Here is another framework, and it is BAB, uh, before part, then after part, and then the difference between the both, bridging the before and after situations. In some cases, we have some scenarios in which there is a certain situation. We highlight that, then we say that after that situation I want this and this, and tell me the techniques to bridge that gap. For example, uh, we can ask about the student performance. A student in this subject, he got 40% marks, but he want to improve it and want to get the 80% marks. Tell me how he should improve or learn or do something to improve his. So there are many cases where the before and after situation is before product, after product. Two cases you can bridge them, mention the before, then after, then bridge. And uh, this prompt will help you to optimize the results. So far we have, okay, there is another uh, framework developed by some people. Definitely these frameworks are developed by different peoples, are playing with chat gpt. They get to know that with these framework they get the optimized result. So we can also use these framework. Another framework that I like, it is the care. See, for the context, giving the context for the prime in the prompt is usually a very good practice to get the good results. So give the context, then action whatever you want, and then the output or the result. And further, if you have some uh, example to further explain the output or the situation or the action, you can put that example too, so that the machine can understand that you are interested in the similar output or the examples. For example, here the example are, we are launching a new line of substantial clothing. Can you assist in creating a targeted advertising campaign that emphasizes environmental commitment? Our desired outcome is drive product awareness and sales. A good examples of a similar successful initiative is Patagonia's Don't Buy This Jacket campaign, which highlight their commitment to sustainability while encouraging their brand image. So just 4 words, give the context, then define the action, output results, and also give them examples if you want to give it to optimize your prompt results. Okay, another framework is RISE. Specify the role, input, and in this you mention the steps and then the expectation. Steps are, for example, here provide a step-by-step content strategy plan, identification key topic based on our audience insights. So here the key idea is that if you want it to produce some a solution in a certain steps, okay, you should mention those steps that I want the input in 5 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, and these should be the flow of the steps and also the expectation. So just let me recap it. You can use RTF for different situation. Then there is a tag. You can use it, and web before after bridging situation, and care, context, action, result, and example, role, input, steps, and expectation. The whole idea is that instead of always looking for a ready-made prompt, you can make your own prompt using these framework. The key point is you can also make your own framework tailor-made your need. When you are using some prompt, make it and tweak it. Ultimate you get a prompt and you come to know that yes, this prompt is working for my required, then save it. Okay. Or even you can make acronym for it, or name the framework, so you can remember it. And another thing, when you give the task to the students or your kids, instead of asking them to go to chat gpt and find the answer, you can also don't give them the detailed instruction, but give them these a framework. Go and use this framework to get your output. Definitely they will come up with good results. Save and rename the chat for future use. Just okay, just on the in the question box someone also asked about it. When you use the chat gpt and use a lot of chat gpt, then you see on the left side every chat is structured, and it give it a specific name, but that name may not be you want to keep. Then here is the option, and in the option you can rename that chat according to your own situation. For example, I say it seminar seminar notes. Okay, this way because might be after a few days you have to do more work on it. So if you rename it according to your own need, it will be easy for you to find it. So you can ask it the seminar notes. Here you can see I have a lot of uh, chats. You can also save the old prompts. But when you are using lot of, then there are some prompts that you want to keep, you should keep it. But some prompts are just for the one day activity or a single purpose. You can and you think you don't need it again, you can just delete that from here. On the three dots, click, and you can delete it. So the point is, you should save and rename the chat for the future use. Another point is, make the file with the name my prompt collection or prompt library. A good practice is that when you create your own prompt and it is refined and its outcome is good, so you should not throw it. Just make a simple word file in which you can name it the my prompt collection, and just in the top heading you gave it the name what it is doing, and below your prompt. This way you can keep all your prompt data, for example prompt for meeting minutes, prompt for email reply, prompt from data analysis, prompt for a kid's happy birthday messages, whatsoever. So you can keep all those prompts safe and secure for the future use. Okay, I have a very okay, just a few prompts about playing with the data. Okay. In ChatGPT, we can use if we have the main the heavy task in the data analysis is the data cleaning part. So in ChatGPT, it can help us to reduce that work. The prompt is, split the given data into first name, last name, show the result in tabular form as serial number, first name, second name. The below is the data, and if I so Aisha and I have already talked about lot of about ChatGPT. Now I am in uh, Gemini. It's the like ChatGPT of from the Google. So okay, I have given it the data which was the full name. You can ask it to split that data into multiple uh, columns. Further, we can also ask it to handle missing values, split the data, apply the not applicable data, and all such things which we usually do for the data analysis part. Like, if you can see, here is a prompt: convert the raw data into clean, structured, tabular format. Requirement I have mentioned: handle missing values, fill missing values with the appropriate placeholders like NA or 0, ensure data consistency, remove duplicates, identify and remove any duplicate records, validate, check the data integrity and accuracy. For example, age range, valid city names, and etc. So from this
Sir,
prompt,
this is amazing. I just want to ask one question, please, here. Can I
sure,
please? Thank you, sir.
yes, yes.
In ChatGPT, I have noticed that we cannot copy a table and insert it into a Word document without, it changing the format. So, however, when we create a table in Copilot, it retains the same format when copied. So, could you please share your thoughts on whether we can copy the same format in ChatGPT, or is there any way to do so?
Okay, take the data from the Excel or CSV or anything. You can paste it in Chat GPT. It can give it the result in a tabular form. You can ask it to produce the
Okay.
result in
Mm-hmm.
tabular form.
Mm-hmm.
Then that tabular form, if you copy that data first in Excel, then it will be it will retain the correct format of the tabular form from the Excel. Then you can paste it in Word or something
All
else.
right. So if you could please give a quick information or step guides. I mean, if you could just copy this table that is actually displayed on the screen, just for my understanding. Thank you.
Okay, for example, this is let me go to Chat GPT. I am creating a new chat. Okay, I have data in the shape. I have said it's a raw data converted into tabular form to be used in Excel.
Ah, yes, sir.
Now I can just copy it, and sometimes in Word it may not work. So the easy step is you can copy it in Excel like software. From there you can just okay. Further, until that Excel file opens, you can add
Okay.
like new column to it. For example,
Right.
let me say uh, add a new column with country name for each row. Okay, further I say it that add at the end of the table.
Okay, that's great.
You see it added the country name at the end of
Yes.
this.
Right.
Further I say that remove, okay, remove the second row of the data. No, see, it has removed the second row of the data, but the ID might be, I want to say that refresh the ID to reflect the new changes like 1, 2, 3, etc. Let's see.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. These way, the most the tedious work in data analysis part is the data cleaning thing and all that laborious
Yes,
work.
sir. Mhm.
Playing with ChatGPT, it can help about all these things. Even let me share one.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for the
Okay,
clarification.
okay,
That was
fine,
very helpful.
fine. So you can add column, delete column, merge rows. You can do anything for your practice. Sometimes you don't have a data set. You can ask it to create a dummy set for the employee ABC for correlation analysis. It should contain 5 columns, 10 rows, and name the employees according to the country name or whatsoever you want. This way you can also create a dummy data set for your analysis purpose for assignment of the student. uh, Here is a just last example for today's
Mhm.
session. uh,
So this code is R or
R code,
some.
this is a R code, and
Okay.
I have make a slight mistake in it. Now I want asking him to analyze this code and rectify it.
Okay.
So sometimes we are doing coding, and the debugging part is very tough, time taking. Put your code in that and ask it to analyze it, refine it, give it a revised version. The R code you have provided has an issue. The vector my list contains only 3 elements, but the code attempts to access the fourth element with my list. Since there is no fourth element, this will result in a not applicable analysis. The problem vector only has 3 elements, trying to print the fourth element. How to fix it? He have given me the suggestion, and further he have also given me the R code. I can just click here. It will copy the this code, and I can use it in R Studio or any other software related to R. This way we can also
Okay.
improve our code, and it also provided me an optimized code. That is the other possible option might be we need to add one more data point in
Element.
variable.
Okay,
So the
great.
possibilities are unlimited. Just all that things rename.
I just want to, as you are searching for the next thing, want to say that it is 13 past 5, and we do want to have some time for feedback from the
Okay, okay.
participants and
Just
also the vote of thanks.
just
Yes.
my last point in this slide. The takeaway is the quotation from Alvin Toffler: "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." So the playing with Chat GPT and this new AI, Gen AI, it's all about challenging our learning, unlearning, and relearning the things. Okay, ji, that's
Okay.
all from my side. Over to you, madam.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
जावेद साहब वो महम का कॉपी पेस्ट वाला दिखा दें उसमें एक्सेल में करके ना हाउ टू कॉपी एंड पेस्ट
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, अच्छा जी, वो कॉपी पेस्ट ये वाला आ गया था ना, इसी को मैं कर देता हूँ। ये यहाँ पर
Yes, we maintain, we keep on talking in English
ओके
because we
फाइन.
have people from other countries. Yes,
ओके ओके आई फॉरगेट
Okay.
it's all right.
Okay, the output of Chat GPT, I in the tabular form, I just copy it. I am pasting it in the any Excel sheet, so I can get such type of output. I can just align it, and you can use it in any Word document or somewhere else in Excel for any analysis.
Thank you. Thank
Right.
you so much, sir. That was
Okay,
very
fine.
helpful.
Fine,
Okay.
thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Then, if you would stop sharing your slide, I would like to now request our participants to please provide feedback about how you felt about all the various things that were shared today. Okay, I have Dr. Raza. Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was very excellent. And specifically, I like the way that you explain how ChatGPT works with the probability, with basic probabilities, and probably there might be some Bayesian approach on that. So, what the question is that does ChatGPT provide the same answer for like every country, or it won't be affected from where you are searching on that? So this is my first question. The second one is I put just one PDF file and it says, oh, you hit the free version of ChatGPT. You need to pay it. So, and I wonder which version you use. I guess you were using like free version or maybe not free version. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. The Chat GPT can give the answer. Like for example, if I ask it to give me the names of five professors, typically, most probably it will give the names of the European or the English people. But if I am interested in the names of that are Islamic or Pakistani names are related to that, then if I will ask in the prompt that give me the name of the five professors, and their name should match the Islamic culture or Pakistani style, then it will give you that output according to your requirement. Typically, if you don't mention it, it don't know what you want, what type of input. The cultural things, religious things, it can incorporate it.
All right.
The version, the
yes.
version we are using is the paid version, 4.0 ChatGPT, and the Gemini version is free.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, fine.
Okay, Maham, you have to be quick because you have had a
Yes,
chance to talk quite a lot. I'm happy. This one will be quick, right? Maham?
Sorry, I disconnected, I guess. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes,
I
please go
guess
ahead.
I should. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for providing examples. I mean, that are very relevant to our professional needs. And I really want to thank Dr. Aisha and Sir Javed, for providing the information how AI tools work behind the scenes was very new and informative for me. I would just want to request Sir Javed to share which application he used to prepare his slides with customized, animations. The text box and the text box animation look like live text inserts and a touch screen board. So I usually use Canva, but these appear to be different.
I think this can be postponed till tomorrow because we have another 3 hours tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much,
no
Maham.
problem.
All
Yes.
right, Christobel, it's your turn, please. Christobel.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cristobal Rabuya from Philippines, student of Professor Enriqueta Reston. I would like to say thank you so much, Professor Javed, for the nice presentation. And this is a big help for my paper. I would like to ask, sir, about because you mentioned earlier about the 5 frameworks, the BOB, the RTF, like that.
Yes,
And
yes.
then right now I am planning to make an interview guide using those frameworks. My question is, how do we disclose in reporting in our paper when we are using ChatGPT in report, sir?
Okay. Typically, there are many policies or things are happening, like in Turnitin report, PhD research, how much AI generated text is allowed. Sometimes it say 20%. In initial, they said that it should be zero. Then someone asked that it is not possible. So some policies are underway. There is no clear cut instruction about these things. However, whenever you take something from any person, any source, we should need to mention it, like that we have taken this information from that site or from ChatGPT, this way. As far as the frameworks are confirmed, these frameworks are just shared by people in open source. They don't have any copyright. You can use it and create your own framework for your own purpose and simplicity.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. May I ask Professor Manfred to please go ahead?
Yeah, I'm not here tomorrow, so I will share with you one animation. I'm not so interested in the course content that they say me what I can teach in some specific area. I would like to create material with ChatGPT or with any other artificial intelligence. And one thing is to check code for correctness. That was already in discussion. But it is more interesting to create code which in a language which I'm not perfect in, and I can then generate an animation for whatever purpose I have. And I would like to show you one which is the standard thing, then the influence of one point on the regression line and on the correlation. So you can see in the animation what is the impact of it. And I would not be able to do it in R, or I would have a lot of time to invest. or in Python. I have asked ChatGPT to create a code in Python that does that for me. So this is a nice task, and the task could be any other animation, and you can get the animation back, and it works. Sometimes you have to chat a little bit with ChatGPT or with the other artificial intelligence system, but finally it works. And that is much more. I can teach, but sometimes I like to have an animation, and it would take a lot of time to create it. But with ChatGPT, I can do it in a quarter of an hour or maybe a half an hour, but I wouldn't be able to do that for long by myself. So if you like, I can show you that, which is nothing special, but it is quite nice to see the possibilities of it. Just move one point around. Just
How
move one
long is
point. What?
How long will it take, your presentation?
2 minutes, just to show you the effect of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it possible for you to do it tomorrow in
I
the
am
last
here
one? You
tomorrow.
will not be here tomorrow. Okay. I think you said to me that you
Yes.
will not be able to be
Yes.
attending the workshop tomorrow.
Yeah.
Manfred, will you be
Yeah.
able to come tomorrow in the workshop?
I'm not able. I will not be able.
Okay, okay. Then please go ahead. Present what you have to present, whatever you would like to.
See, this is just some points and the regression line and the correlation for it. And then I click into there and I move the point. You see that the axes are going synchronized with the point of the means. And you can see the influence of the point on the correlation. Outside, it has a lot of influence. If we come down till 55, and if you have it more inside the data, then you would see that the influence is not so much. It is some influence, but it is. So if you move the point, you move the point of the means, and you move the regression line, and you change the correlation. Just to see that one point has an influence and how this is captured. This is nothing special.
Okay, nice.
But I wouldn't be able to do that. It would take 2 or more hours to do it in Python. I can just show you the Python code. It is 2 pages. I wouldn't do that as it is not the time for it. But you can see, you can really create animations which are nothing new, but you can have it, you can show it. To talk about an animation or to do it is a different thing. And you see that. And it is very instructive to see the effect of one point, and that's it. That's what I wanted to contribute. And I really loved until now the first session of the workshop, and today I had learned a lot things from the background of artificial intelligence. And I myself am encouraged to do a little more on it. So thank you for all
Okay,
that.
that's great. Thank you very much. That was very, very nice. Thank you. Since we are short of time, I just now need to request Dr. Virk to say what you have to say.
Yeah, I will be
And
very
that is the
brief.
last point
Yes.
for today. Okay.
I will be very brief because the time is very short. Yes, it's wonderful how the things are changing and how you people are interacting and showing the application in education, especially empowering the educators in terms of generative AI. And the 2 lectures have been very, very informative. And I am really appreciating the effort, especially from Professor Saila for organizing this event, and along with our colleagues like Muhammad Javed and Muhammad Iftikhar Ji, our very respected people, and others, our colleagues. And especially the resource you have generated, madam, is wonderful. I really appreciate that. How many you were saying gender distribution. I see is 1 to 3 probably, and you are excelling 3 times the men gender, and it's wonderful. And I have learned a lot, and I think I can use it in various applications, especially data analysis, writing papers. I started after first lecture, Jawad and myself, we were together and we had a session, and he generated a Python subroutine from the AI, and it's wonderful. It's so many things it can do. And I am also using at the moment for writing my research paper. I want to write a review paper. We have published 20 papers, and I want to put them together. And it has given me very good information in short term, and tables and other things, and it's doing. But I didn't know the prompts so well, which I have known now, especially from JAVED, IQBAL, and AYESHA. Their presentations are very, very useful and very deep and informative. And I hope everybody will use them in their professions. And thank you very much for inviting me and giving me this information. So I'm all appreciation of PISTAR and ISOS. They are wonderful people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Vek. Okay, now it's time for the words of thank you. And for that, I request my colleague, Dr. Syed Wasim Abbas, who was here just now, but I think he had to move for a second. Okay, there he is. Mr. Dr. Wasim Abbas.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, as we come to the second round of PISTAR workshop is on empowering educators, practical application of generative AI. I want to take a moment to reflect on the tremendous value that has been shared over this session. We have explored how generative AI is reshaping education, empowering educators with innovative tools, and transforming teaching methodology. The insights gained here are not just technical but transformational, and we collectively strive to shape a more engaging and adaptive learning environment of our students. I'm grateful to Dr. AYESHA Sultan and Mr. JAVED IQBAL for the interesting learning on generative AI, especially on prompt engineering, mechanism of prompt engineering, and examples of AI education, along with hand-on on the classification of prompt functions. I would also like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the leadership of PISTAR, especially our president, Dr. Hanif Mia, and our honorary executive director, Dr. Sadia Nagmi Habibullah, as well as our finance secretary and Mr. Jawad for the Zoom meeting and other PISTAR members as well. All the participants, thank you for your active involvement and for sharing your experiences. As you live today, I encourage you to take the knowledge and skills you have gained and implement them in your classroom and educational environment. Thank you once again, and I wish you all continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wasim. Thank you. That was very kind. I would like to share my screen for the closing. Please let me know if you can see my screen. This was the vote of thanks just now by Dr. Wasim Abbas for today's workshop. And before we close, I just want to remind everybody that PISTAR was created by my teacher, my mentor, and Dr. Wasim's teacher, and a lot of people's teacher and mentor, late Professor Dr. Munir Ahmed. And our president is Dr. Muhammad Hanif, Professor Dr. Muhammad Hanif, and our senior vice president is Dr. Alia Ahmed. Our team consists of all these persons. Mr. Muhammad Iftikhar is the finance secretary, and Professor Muhammad Aslam, of course, is the vice president. Dr. Mumtaz Rana is the vice president. There are all these other my dear colleagues in the team. I do want to once again remind everybody about this conference. We are meeting tomorrow again. It's very, very, I mean, it's just there that we will also be meeting tomorrow. But even then, I today also want you to start thinking about participating in this conference and thinking about writing abstracts. So now is the time for the group photograph, immediately after which we will be closing, but remembering that we will be here tomorrow again. So thank you very much. And so now I'm stopping the sharing of the screen, and everybody is requested to please open their cameras so that we can have the group photograph. You know, in our country, in our culture, it is all right to be shy. So if there are some people who don't open it, that is very normal in our culture. So thank you for everybody. It's wonderful to have people from so many different countries of the world. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
And
Dr. Nagmi. I just want to say one thing. For the tomorrow session, we are required a paid version of ChatGPT.
I'm sorry, didn't get it. After tomorrow's session?
For the tomorrow session, we are required a paid version of ChatGPT.
Okay, all right. But
So,
you can
those
demonstrate.
who want to do practice, if you
I
have
think
the
they will be
paid
doing the
version, then
practice later. Practice will have to come
yes,
later.
they
We will
can.
have... Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye. And Allah
Okay,
Hafiz.
thank you.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.